Hello there. I'm speaking to you from here. I'm quite...
Yeah, but I can't hear because of the road noise. I don't like shouting.
I've just pulled off the motorway. I don't like people shouting at me either, so I prefer it if you be quiet.
Let's open the window or the door a bit
more. The window is open.
Right, where's your driver's license then?
Can you tell me what crime I've committed?
You're not wearing a seatbelt.
That's not a crime, officer.
That's an offence in the Road Traffic Act.
That's not a crime, officer.
That's an offence that you've got to be reported for. So in order for me to report you, I've got to get your details.
Yeah, well, I don't have to give you my details if I haven't committed a crime.
What part of you're not wearing a seatbelt don't you understand?
I understand everything you're saying, but I don't stand under you. So you have no jurisdiction over me.
You understand everything I say?
I don't stand under you, officer.
What?
I don't stand under your jurisdiction, officer, because I haven't given consent for you to police me.
You're driving a motor vehicle on a road.
I was travelling.
So you're not driving a motor vehicle?
No, I was travelling.
Okay, how did you manage to travel then? Did you press the clutch and the accelerator to make the vehicle move?
No, there's a difference between driving and travelling, officer.
What is the difference? You try and explain it to me in your simple terms.
You're the person that is trying to tell me I've done something wrong. You pulled me over.
Done something wrong.
I've actually stopped. Out of the goodness of my heart.
No, you've stopped because we've caused you to stop.
No.
You didn't stop.
No, you've got it all wrong, officer.
You'd be failing to stop for an officer.
I haven't failed to stop for an officer.
Correct, because we caused you to stop.
No, you didn't cause me to stop.
We did.
I've stopped out of the goodness of my heart
to
see what you wanted. If you've got nothing useful to say to me, officer, then I'll have to inform you that I shall be charging you to give you any more information.
You'll be charging me?
I'll be charging you personally, yes.
How do you manage to charge me?
Because you're taking up my valuable time.
Right, the quicker you give me details, the quicker you can be on your way.
I'm not giving you any details because I've not committed a crime.
You've not worn your seatbelt. That's a road traffic offence.
It's not a crime, officer.
It's a construction and use offence. You're not wearing a seatbelt.
It's not a crime.
You've got to wear a seatbelt.
It's not a crime, and I haven't consented to be policed by your law.
You don't need to be consenting.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You do.
If you were to be arrested, you don't consent to being arrested.
You can't arrest me, officer, because I've not committed a crime. If you arrest me, I'll construe that as kidnap, and that I'll hold you personally responsible.
If you're arrested for
and you will be personally held liable. The bond.
For the service of a summons, you're failing to give details.
I'm not failing to give you anything that I don't have to. I don't have to, officer.
You do.
I don't. I'm sorry. I will give you information if you tell me what crime I've committed, and I haven't committed a crime. You prove to me what crime I've committed.
What part of failing to wear a seatbelt?
What part of what I've just said to you? What part of what I've just explained to you, officer, do you not understand? I do not wish to be policed by you. I haven't given my consent.
You're not being policed by me. You've not worn a seatbelt.
That's my choice. That's my choice.
It's not a choice. You don't get a choice.
Of course you do. We all have a choice.
It's law.
We all have. It's not law.
It is.
It's not. The only law of this land.
A seatbelt.
The only law of this land, officer, is the law stated in Magna Carta, and under Action 61 of the Magna Carta, I'm in lawful rebellion. And I don't recognise your policies.
Drive this vehicle without a driver's license?
I didn't say I hadn't got a driving licence.
I didn't say you did say that.
No, but I don't.
Drive it without a licence?
I can travel in it without a licence.
Without a driver's licence?
I can travel in it without a licence.
How can you travel in it without driving it?
There's a difference between travelling and driving.
Can you explain that to me? What's the difference
I'm sorry, officer. I don't need to explain anything to you.
You can't explain it.
I don't have to.
You can't explain it.
I don't have to.
What is the word travelling?
I don't have to. I don't have to explain.
You're travelling. You're not a passenger.
No.
You are the driver.
No.
The word driver explains that you are driving.
No, officer, you need to educate yourself.
I think you need to educate yourself.
I'm perfectly well educated, officer. I know my rights.
An address, date of birth.
Sorry.
We can do this and you can be gone.
I'm sorry. I don't want to entertain anything you've got to do. I don't want to do business with you today.
You don't have the choice.
I do have a choice.
You've got to give me details
I
can report you for the offence.
I haven't got to give you anything. I have a case in law that has been proved.
Law? You tell me the case and I'll look it up, and if you're right, we'll just drive away.
You just drive away.
The case in law.
Okay, officer, I'm going to pause the camera for a second.
Okay.
I've got a camera up there that's recording you. I will show you something.
Good.
And it is that. You are being recorded.
What is it?
You are being recorded. I will pass it to you, providing you pass it back.
I don't have superior officers. So who gave you this Mickey Mouse piece of card?
It's not Mickey
We
Mouse.
don't have superior officers.
You do have a superior.
We don't.
You do.
We have supervisors. We don't have superior.
All right.
Nobody's superior than me.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you act as the law of the land, do you?
No, I have supervisors. I don't have superiors.
You are Constable Angus Mann. Man.
Can you read?
Nan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Penalties apply for non-compliance. The Lioness law. Is that your law?
It's not my law, no. The law
What
of
is the Lioness law?
the law of the land of the United Kingdom is the common law.
Right.
Right, and that law states that no harm or
You
injury.
abide by common law,
Absolutely.
but not the road traffic,
No, that's a Road Traffic Act of Parliament.
which you've breached.
I haven't breached any
You
law.
don't want a seatbelt.
That's not a law.
Right. For me to deal with you by means of report you, I need your name and address.
You don't.
You're failing to provide your name and address. You're failing to give me details.
I'm not failing.
An officer.
I'm not failing anything.
You're obstructing an officer in the execution of his duty.
I'm not obstructing you. I'm talking to you.
You're holding me up.
No, you're holding me up. You're holding me by force.
Why am I holding you before?
If I was to take off now, you'd flag me down.
We would stop you.
You would stop me, so therefore you're holding me with force against my consent.
You're failing to give details. It's an arrestable offence.
It's not.
Section 24.
Officer, if you wish to arrest me, you'll have to break into this vehicle and I will hold you personally responsible. You cannot claim on the bond that your organisation runs behind. You follow it up. You think you're funny. You follow it up, officer.
Okay.
You're the clever one. Three pirates dressed in black, meant to intimidate. Pulled over at the side of the road for not wearing a seatbelt. Been told I've committed an offence. Tried to educate these three people in the fact that it's not committing an offence. I've not committed any crime. They can't tell me what crime I've committed. one officer, the one without any hair, actually thinks it's quite funny. He thinks he's got power over me, but I'm not allowing him to have any power. The other two seem quite ignorant of the knowledge that I've got as well, so let's just see what happens. The one on the left, I think it looks more like a bald eagle than a policy officer. What makes matters worse is he's a jock as well, but there you go. Who the hell does he think he is trying to tell me that I've done something wrong? This could be interesting. Sly, sneaky way of trying to catch people driving around in a truck. I told him already I don't want to do business with him. Being detained against my will. Right up here we come with the yellow jacket. Oh, we've got a camera as well. Video camera. Here we go. Let's have a quick brief on how we're going to bring this man down. This is what you pay your taxis for, ladies and gentlemen. To have people like these, thugs.
Right. What's your first name, if you mind me asking?
I don't wish to tell you my first name, officer.
Okay. I think we've been reasonable enough in asking you several times for your details so that we can report you for the offence of failing to wear a seatbelt. Okay? Would that be fair to say? I've asked you several times. I'll ask you one more time, and the window's open, you can't hear me. Are you prepared to give me your details so that I can report you for the offence of failing to wear a seatbelt?
I will give you my details, officer, if you tell me what crime I've committed.
We've gone through this.
What criminal offence against the law of England, which was signed under Magna Carta by King John and the Barons, have I committed?
You failed to wear a seatbelt. That is an offence that every motorist on the road in England, Wales, Scotland and Ireland must wear a seatbelt when driving a motor vehicle, unless you have an exemption. Do you have an exemption?
Must is a term that is used by your organisation, and the legal profession is a word that can be construed as may.
Do you have an exemption that permits you to drive a vehicle?
I know the language of legalese, and I know that the word must can be construed as may.
Do you wish to contact your employer and tell him that you're stopped at the roadside just now with the police?
I don't wish to contact anybody.
I think you better contact him and tell him the situation, because if you don't give reasonable details, i.e. your name and address and date of birth, your driver's licence will be good enough to hold up at the window. You don't need to hand it to me. But if you don't do that now, because I'm asking you and I've asked you several times, then we will use force to enter the vehicle. And as the vehicle doesn't belong to you, your employer won't be happy. Do you wish to contact your employer and explain to him that your vehicle will be damaged because you won't give us details?
If you force entry into this vehicle, I will hold you personally responsible.
It's not me that's responsible.
You personally,
details, you're obstructing a police officer
You-
in the execution
I'm not
of his
obstructing
duty.
you, officer.
You are?
I am not obstructing you.
Why won't you give me your details?
Because you will not tell me what crime I've committed.
I've already explained.
I've
you've
said
failed to
I
wear a
will-
seatbelt.
I've said I will give you my details if you can tell me what crime I have committed. I haven't committed a
Said
crime.
You've committed a crime.
I have not committed a crime.
Correct. But you failed to wear a seatbelt whilst driving this vehicle.
If you can
That's
tell
an
me,
offence.
and it is being recorded not only on this by the young lady there, if you can tell me what crime I have committed, I will quite willingly comply with your request to give you my